This is a story about sharp objects. Once upon a time when I was in college, I decided it would be a great idea to finish my art project that was due the next day at 2:30 in the morning on my dorm room floor while I was like half drunk. I mean, I did most of my things in college half drunk, but nevertheless, it was probably a bad idea. You're about to find out why. So, I had my poster boards like right here, and then my magazines like over here, and then I had all my supplies just sitting in between my legs. And I had to lean over my poster board to grab my magazine, so I kind of grabbed up and did that. And little did I know, my exacto knife got caught on my super baggy sweatpants that I was wearing, and I just knelt right back down on it, blade all the way into my knee. Whatever, no big deal. Uh, so I didn't even really notice that this happened. I just kind of felt a nick, so I was like, hey, alright, I got this. I got a band-aid right in my desk drawer. I'm just gonna lean over and get that motherfucker. So I lean over and I grab this band-aid and I'm like, alright, okay, we got this. And then I lift up my pants leg. There's blood running down my leg, forming a pool over the floor, all over my sock, all over everything, all over. So I'm like, holy fuck, I better like fucking stop this shit. So I just put one of my hands over it, and then it just starts running through my fingers. So I put the other hand over it, and I start running, yelling for my roommate. I'm freaking out. I'm like, Kate, Kate, wake up, Kate. And she just kind of rolls over and like moans and stuff. And I just keep yelling. I'm like, Kate, I'm bleeding. Holy fuck, I'm bleeding, Kate. And she wakes up and comes over and takes a look. Now, I'm really lucky that her mom is a nurse because she had this like elaborate ass first aid kit, like some shit that I'd never seen. And she's pulling out this gauze and she's like staunching the bleeding and whatever. I don't fucking know. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't even want to look at it. I was pretty convinced that I was either going to, one, die, two, be paralyzed for the rest of my life, or three, they were gonna need to fucking amputate. Like, this shit was bad. So I'm yelling and I'm about to pass out, and I'm thinking, I'm bleeding way too much. I'm gonna have to like fucking go to the ER, and thought I was gonna throw up, and I'm just freaking the fuck out and being insane drama queen. And Kate's being great about it and just putting all the gauze on and wrapping stuff up. And, it kind of looked like someone had been brutally murdered in my room at this point because Kate had blood on her and I had blood on all over my hands, all over everywhere. And, from the noises I was making, that would have just strengthened anyone's assumption of what was going on in our room. And so, it ended up being fine. And I probably should have gotten stitches considering I had like an inch blade all the way into my knee, and we just kind of put some gauze on it and hoped it would be okay. But the moral of this story is that it is not a good idea to be around sharp objects at 2:30 in the morning when you are half drunk. The end.